Welcome to the Uncle Hack Podcast, where dudes pretty much just talk dude shit.
Welcome to another episode of the Uncle Hack Podcast, live in studio. DangerCatShop.com. Use the code podcast69 on all your orders. Brother, we got flags restocked. We got the flags restocked. All right, let's get into the show. I had quite the experience on Sunday. I went and got a massage, and holy hell, this was one of the best massages I've ever got. Not because of the massage itself, it's because of the masseuse. First off, it's a pro tip. It's a pro tip. You don't go in and let the hot girl massage you, the tiny blonde with a very slim and slender body. No, you want to be roughed up in there. So this lady come walking out, and she had the body shape Gru from Despicable Me. So first off, right out the gate, I was stoked. I was like, all right, this is going to be good. I like this. I like where this is shaping up to be good. I'm going to be nice and she's going to tear this fucking body up, right? Little did I know the surprise that was awaiting for me once we got into the massage room. First, it starts very quirky. Let me describe the person. Very poorly done tribal tattoos, outlandish earrings that you would see on someone who would attend Shambhala year after year, maybe even seen a Burning Man or two, and things are looking up, right? And halfway through this massage, she decides to tell me the 9/11 jokes. She has no idea that I do what I do for a living, right? On the paper, it's like, what do you do for a living? And I just said graphic design. So, which is false. I lied, okay? I falsified some documentation at the massage parlor, okay? And it wasn't like one of those ones where the owner of the Patriots went to where I got cranked off at the end. No, we went into loosen up a bit. Your boy's been a little tight, It's been a rough year. Look at me. I look like a meth addict every time I fucking turn this goddamn thing on. I haven't touched drugs in a while. I want to touch drugs. Hell, I'll do all the drugs, but not the point. This isn't the point of this story. This is a fucking hard open. Holy shit. Where was I at? Oh, right. So she decides that she wants to tell me about the 9/11 jokes that she does in her Facebook group, right? about what do you call those, gender reveals. And she's like, I made a joke one time about twins because of the Twin Towers, and I posted it and like how to reveal that you're having twins, and the whole group got mad, and she got very political very quick, and I was just like, I'm soaking it in. I had to feed the beast and be like, yeah, not that I give a shit. See, this is what you got to do, fellas. When you get yourself in those situations, don't try to be like the great debater. Who gives a fuck? Feed it. See how far you can take them, and be like, yeah, that's a great joke. Do you got any other ones? And then she was like, yeah, I do. I used to write mean things about Trump inside of Facebook groups. I'm like, yes, this is what I'm fucking living for. And she's then like defending her joke about the Twin Towers coming down, which, hey, as an aspiring comedian, you got to find the comedy in everything, right? And she started, there was 47,000 Afghan civilians, and look at what those assholes did. Look at what those assholes did. What the fuck is happening out there? And, fucking never mind. Somebody ordered a pizza, and she's going off about this, right? And like trying to like justify it, and It just got very political very quick while you're getting a massage, so it's so funny. That's the state of the world. Everybody's just like wanting to spew their shit. Nobody can go outside and scream it in the streets. It's fucking minus 27 degrees Celsius here in Edmonton, Alberta. She can't go out to the park and just yell obscenities in the middle of a fucking park down there at Rundle Park here in Edmonton. She just can't scream that Trump's a racist. She sees me walk in. What do I look like? A fucking hardcore Trump supporter, right? So what do you got to do? You gotta pick your battles wisely. She's got me trapped, and I'm the type of guy that, you know, I strip down. I get right ass naked because you got to get in them glutes. You can't have it on, you know what I mean? You know, and the off chance that, you know, I play my cards right in case maybe you want to play a little whack-a-mole. I'm fucking there, you know. It's there. It's a stone throw away. It's literally a one rock skip away, and it's fucking, hey, there you go, right? You know what I'm saying? Just in case, because that's how I think. I think like a perverted male. So it's like, yeah, everybody would want to jerk me off, and if they wanted to, and if it's there, you know, I'm not going to invite it and throw it out in the open, but it's there. It's there. If you decide, hey, who am I to judge? Maybe you're having an off day. Maybe you've been in a dry spell for a while, and I'm that guy, you know? Plus, like, the shoulders on her, she probably fucking jack that thing like a jackhammer, and we'd both be happy at the end of the day, right? This is very perverted and gross. I know. I get it. This is the Uncle Hack podcast. You did not come here for a lecture on how to be a picture perfect human being. No, you came here to listen to irrational thinking from a fucking buffoon. That's why you're here. Okay, ladies and gentlemen? But yes, I then, for the back half of a massage, first it started out because I'm tattooed. She wanted to talk about tattoos and compare her tattoos. And see, it all started to make sense when I seen her shoes. She had Jack Skellington shoes as a 47-year-old woman, which all made sense at that point. It's always like the weird cat/horse girls that were very obsessed with anything Tim Burton did, specifically The Nightmare Before Christmas. There was always like that weird toe in the door goth type community, you know? Every small town had that like goth community that didn't go full goth. They just wore Nightmare Before Christmas hoodies and just wore hard eyeliner. And it was never, you know, it was never like full blown goth music. Like you didn't really get into the Children of Bodom. It was more so you just scratched the surface with My Chemical Romance, and that was it. And then it was just like, oh, I got an MCR hoodie. This is, I could see it. I could sense this. I've been around it. You know what I mean? I was a Screamo kid. I loved that shit. Still do from time to time, you know? And that's what I like about humans now, is everybody feels like the internet has caused us now to feel that our opinions, our thoughts inside our head, it's Twitter. We all gotta put our thoughts out there. And I tell you what, today I had a wonderful, I'll go back to the massage, but today I had a wonderful interaction. I feel like I got one of these faces that, you know, is inviting, and I like that. And like one fella stopped me, and I'm walking by a chocolate shop in a mall here in Edmonton as I was going to pick up a few things for the pod, and he stops and he goes, I could tell like this guy's got some mental illness, and these are the conversations that I fucking love, you know, maybe a little touch of the tism, you know, a little autism in the fella. And he goes, you see that chocolate shop over there? This is 9 a.m. that I'm getting in this conversation. And I was like, yeah. And he goes, God damn, do they have some good ass chocolate? I was like, yeah, you have chocolate for breakfast this morning, big guy, or what? He goes, no, not today, not today. I would, though. I would definitely have some chocolate for breakfast, some of my favorite, though. And he's giving me a list. You got to invite those conversations, man. We got to take a log off the fire and don't combat one another, because, man, there is some funny shit out there that we're missing out on just by being, like, assholes, you know? Just by being assholes. Like this woman, in the middle of this massage, she was going off about how everybody in the PPC is racist, and that is like the People's Party of Canada for those Americans that are listening, because we don't have just a two-party system here. So she's like, yeah, everybody's racist. It fucking supports the PPC. Little does she know that I like voted for him because not because of policies or anything of that, like in that nature. I just want to see a lunatic run the country for a little bit. Maxime Bernier is a little off his rocker, and I'm all for that. I like a little fucking shake up in the system, you know? It keeps everybody honest, everybody fucking back on their heels. You know, everybody's on their toes right now, and we need to put them back on their heels to realize, like, hey, you're not the only insane one out there. That's what I think. You know what I mean? Quit looking at it through like, we need to combat one another. It's fucking, Everybody's out here trying to, like, I don't know, be the next political savior of some sort. And you just got to take a log off the fire, brothers and sisters, and sit back, have a laugh, invite these people in for a conversation. There's some crazy motherfuckers out there, and they are so much fun to talk to. They are the best to talk to. You know? You just sit back. You just feed them a little Easter egg every now and then. In the middle of the massage, see, this is where I was smart. I was like, yeah, halfway through. I was like, you know what? Yeah, I think that, I don't know, let Maxime run this bitch. And I could tell she was a little angry about what I said. And then all of a sudden, she's getting deep into that massage. You know, I'm getting she's knocking out some knots that have probably been there since at least 2009, right? I came out there loose, baby. That was a great massage. So that's what you got to do. That's the secret to a good massage. Get it political off the get-go. Feed them a little bit, right? And go full opposite on them. And then that's when they start getting an elbow into that shoulder blade. And you're like, it hurts. It'll hurt. She gets to inflict pain on you, or dude, whatever you're into. I don't give a shit. Hell, I'd fucking much rather have a guy just drive his fucking elbow into my shoulder blade. You know what I mean? Loosen a fella up, you know? And if he wants to crank the bird, fuck yeah, I'm in. He knows what he's doing. He's got one, you know? He's got one. You let bakers bake, right? Exactly. That's why you don't pay hookers for hand jobs, gentlemen. That's why. But if a fella wanted to crank you off, you'd be like, yeah, if this guy's fucking done it a million times. I know for a fact. He knows how to run his tool. Maybe he's got a different technique than I do. All right, every like homophobic out there that listens to this just was like, Jesus Christ, every time this fucking guy opens his mouth, it gets gayer and gayer. I'm just saying. Look at it for what it is, right? I'm not saying it's not a gay or straight thing. Look at it for what it is. You got a mechanic, you know, you don't make a mechanic a carpenter. Just saying. That's why you don't pay hookers for hand jobs. You can do that better. We've been over this. We don't need to cover this again. But yeah, she just got that fucking elbow in there once. I was like, yeah, you know, I think fuck it. Let him run it. I could tell that pissed her off a little, so that I was getting the elbow. And she's a thick bitch, you know, one of them thickies. And I'm not talking like caboose. I'm saying like she could bench press probably at least a Mini Cooper, right? At least a Mini Cooper. She can put that up 1, 2, maybe even 3 times. Said she was in the military, did a peacekeeping mission in Bosnia. So, okay, we got some grip strength here. Get that elbow in me. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, you got to talk to some wild individuals out there, gentlemen. Makes your life easier. Just get out there. I also went to the Unified MMA fights. I had a great weekend, by the way. I went to the Unified MMA fights on the weekend. Got to see some fellas back from Lethbridge. Speaking of, I will be in Lethbridge Thursday at the Canadian Brew House, ripping a set back in the dirty. Coming down to Tabor for the holidays. That should be exciting. Next guest on the pod is going to be Cousin Hoove. We're going to do a pod in the shop. That should be fun. We haven't done one in a while. And that was a good episode last time. Maybe I can get the other fellas down. We'll see. Might have to drag down some podcast equipment, see if I can drag some fellas out for a podcast or two. I'll try and get as many on there as I can. If I can, I'd love to get my grandpa. If I can, I would love to do a podcast with my grandpa. I think that would be the best one to do, period. You know? I think that would be fucking phenomenal to have him on the podcast. We'll do one in his kitchen. He can smoke cigarettes or whatever he's up to. I think he's vaping now. I did see some weed in his kitchen. Maybe I'll get stoned with Grandpa and we'll let him tell old war stories from the 70s. That would be great. Grandpa Ted on the pod. Oh, that would be awesome. I'll try. But yes, Thursday, the 23rd, I will be at the Canadian Brew House down in Lethbridge. I believe I'm hosting. I've seen headlining. I don't know. I'm not really a headliner quite yet, so I imagine I'm only doing 10, 15 minutes down there, but definitely come out. It'll be a fun night. What else is on the docket? Oh, yeah, unified fights on the weekend there. Ran into some old boys, but security guards. Again, back to security guards. Who's letting these guys think that they have a God complex inside their head? I've never heard suck my dick and go fuck yourself so many times about the whole mask thing. And I know, what's wrong with the mask thing? That's the thing in Canada. What's wrong? You can't just wear a mask. You can't wear a mask. That's the pulse in Canada right now. And that's why we're locking down again. You know? Again. Here we go again. Couple people got it fucking... Yeah, we don't got to do that. But I'm over it, okay? I'm over it. I could give a shit. It felt good to see people just telling these fucking dweebs, you know? Dweebs. Security officers, I shouldn't even give them the fucking compliment of putting officer in the fucking security guard. Security guard, okay? You're a fucking chihuahua. You just fucking... And when it comes to fucking action time, you got to call somebody with a gun that can legally carry a gun, you know? That's why they allow police in there, and you little fucking weasels got to... You're like the snitches, okay? You're snitches. That's all you are. Glorified snitches. You're tattletales. You got to... Hey, fucking hall monitors at best. I cannot stand security guards. When did they get this fucking complex inside their head that they are police officers? We're giving them too much power. I wouldn't hate to see one get beat up. I believe I've talked about that on here. Yeah, I probably have. A lot of these things that I talk about, I feel is repetitive at times. But I wouldn't hate to see one get beat up. Not hospitalized, but I'm just saying like a good old schoolyard ass kicking from back in the day. You know, back when you little fucking nerds were tattletailing on the schoolyard bully, and he got a little upset that this little fucking punk is telling. That's the ecosystem, my friends. We got to bring that shit back. A little bit of bullying never hurt, you know? It's like, I was thinking about that last night, you know? Bullying never, you know, because all the smart kids went off to university, college, went to get a degree, and God knows what they're doing now. And where was the bullies? They never went to university. Are you kidding me? None of them went to university. That was your escape, you know? We were shaping you up. I grouped myself in as a bully. I was like I don't think I was a bully. If I wasn't very good at it. I was always trying to fucking crack dumbass jokes. Hey, look at me, silly guy in the corner. Maybe I made fun of people. I don't know if nowadays that would be considered bullying, but I never got into fist fights. I was too scrawny. I had friends that liked to fight. I would talk lots. I was good at fucking running my lips, but I'd never liked to back it up. And why I got into MMA, I don't know. It was such a dumb decision on my behalf for a guy that I don't think was tough. I could take a punch. I knew that. I could take a really good punch. But Yeah, it was great. I fucking loved seeing people telling these fucking dweebs to go fuck themselves. You know, you're on your high horse a little too much. You don't let the ego inflate too much, because there's some tough sons and bitches out there. And I think they forgot that they were at an MMA fight where there's like guys jacked up on testosterone that are waiting for these interactions to happen. In fact, they wake up every morning praying to God that somebody will say some fucking shit to them so I can just snap, lose it, go out of fucking control, and suplex somebody through a goddamn table-made table. You know? These guys fucking live for that shit. So I just heard, go fuck yourself. Suck my fucking dick. Fuck you. Fuck you. What are you going to do about it? And it felt good. Not that it's right, but it feels good to hear. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, finally, some people are on the same page that I am. You know, you just get excited when you hear that shit. You do. You get a little jacked up. You're like, fuck yeah. I want to get in on that. Then he comes up to you and you're like, yeah, you want to fuck with me? You want to fuck around with me? You start turning into like, you're like cutting a fucking wrestling promo live for everybody to hear. And you're like, yeah, getting jacked up. You're waiting for the glass to break. Stone Cold Steve Austin come walking down the Titantron. He's going to get in the cage, stunner somebody, give a couple middle fingers. I'm going to sauce him 2 Busch Lights. He's going to crack them bitches together, dummy him, flag off 2 more on the other post. You know, he's going to climb up. Give me 2 more. 2 more. He's going to dummy fucking 2 more beers. Now we're up to 4 beers. Everybody's getting jacked up. Security guard just got suplexed through the table made, right? The table made table. We didn't forget that. Everybody's just like, fuck yeah. How's that for a wild ride? Did you see that video of Stone Cold put on his Instagram and him fucking smashing 2 beers together? That got me jacked up, dude. I was jacked up after I seen that. Holy. The fucking Texas rattlesnake still has it. A couple of double birds. And then like I reposted it to the Danger Cats page and like, whose dad is this? Don't you ever disrespect the fucking Texas rattlesnake ever again. Broken Skull fucking ranch. Okay? He's on the ranch. He came strutting out in like a Carhartt jacket, jeans, and flip-flops. That's how he does it. That's how Stone Cold Steve Austin does it. You know? God damn. I was ready to run through brick walls after I seen that. Moments after, I looked at every wall here in the studio and I was going to just run through it because I could. Stone Cold Steve Austin, man. Those were the days. You know? When you heard that broken glass, you just hear that. I just remember being a kid and being like, oh, yelling at the TV. And then my mom's yelling at me like, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Why are you watching that wrestling shit? It's gay. And we're like, what? It isn't gay. 0% of this is gay. It's just men oiled up with nice muscles. And you know what? Maybe you're a little bit right. Maybe you're a little bit right. That was a lucky fucking guess, Mom. It isn't gay. These guys are cool as shit. I want to be one. It's like, yeah, well, you're already gay, so you might as well do it. Damn, why'd you have to do me like that, Mom? Crazy times. Yeah, it was sick. I would have loved to see a security guard get beat up, man. I'm begging for it. Just one. I just like to watch it live. I'm not jumping in. I ain't helping them. They annoy the shit out of me too much, walking around with their chins up too high, you know? There's like, one thing that makes me laugh is like, yeah, we can look at police officers, especially like female cops. And as a dude, you know, it's an ongoing joke. You look at a female cop and you're like, especially like a female peace officer, then you're like, oh boy. Ooh, scary, right? It's like, ooh. It's like when your 4-year-old nephew or niece tries to scare you and you're like, you got me. Oh boy, you scared the hell out of me. Oh, right? Am I the only one? Okay, fine. Okay, all right. Maybe Maybe I am a tad sexist. Like the other day, I pull up to a stoplight and I look to the left of me, and there's a lone female in a squad car by herself. And oh boy, we got ourselves a real hero over here. The 4-year-old niece is about to pop out of the fucking laundry basket that's poorly covered and try to scare me. And I go, you got me. Oh shit, you know? But nothing is more... this made me laugh. I was walking through said mall today and I seen like a 4'5" female security officer, and I'd be like, oh wow, holy shit. Is there a Santa's workshop that you need to be protecting right now? Like, what's going on here? I'm not quite sure what this is about. Too inclusive, I think, you know? There's got to be like some sort of requirements to don the honorable badge of a security guard, you know? There's got to be. Jesus Christ. I couldn't imagine. These are like the snitches finally found their calling, is what it is. The little fucking hall monitor. That's all it is. It's adult hall monitoring down at the mall, and you're like, hey, you're gonna wear your mask. And you're like, oh yes. Oh, today at work, I wonder if security guards like go home and they get like jacked up, like they act like they were Rambo at their job, and they're like, yeah, babe, this fucking homeless guy who's standing in the corridors, fucking asking everybody for cigarettes outside of the convenience store. What did I do? Told him to get the hell out of here. You get the frick out of here. You get the frick out of here, or I'll call the cops. And I go, oh. And she just gets like, oh, yeah, that's my man. You fucking, yeah. You're like 6'9" in a goddamn security officer uniform. You look so goddamn sexy in that blue little button-down shirt with the short sleeves on it. Oh, yeah. Take off your belt with your little flashlight. Why you need a flashlight in a mall that's already well lit? That's what I don't understand. Is there some dark corners of the mall, and that's where the crime is really fought? Do you imagine? Jesus, like it takes like 9 of them to wrestle down like a crackhead. Like, I didn't sign up for this. These Marvel movies lied to me. I don't possess the power that Iron Man does. God damn it. This is a lot more difficult than I thought. I can't believe it. These sons of bitches lied to me. They lied. I can't believe they would do that to me. God damn it. I can't believe it. Jesus Christ. Should we head to the news? Any good headlines? There's always a few good ones. Oh, what was here we go. Actually, we will, I would love to see, I would love nothing more than to see, like I said, the fucking security officer get his ass kicked. That would be fucking so funny to me. Just because it's just enough, okay? Give it up. Give it up. You are not what you think you are, okay? That would be like me trying to compare myself to Bill Burr right now. That's exactly what it'd be. I'd be sitting here and be like, yeah, I did a bar show the other night for 27 people. I'm basically a police officer. Yeah. Oh, shit. Where was that article? I gotta pull these up. Sometimes I bounce between 2 computers sometimes, and I forget to send all the shit that I find to the other computer. So this is a perfect time where I will cut to the second half of the show. And in the meantime, here's a word from our sponsors. Time for a little ad read. altvape.ca/hack10. Free same-day delivery within 2 hours for Edmonton and Calgary. They have a recycling program. You can bring all your empty pods, e-liquid bottles, coils, and all used vape products, which can, I believe, go towards your fucking account that you have with them. Because vaping, if you ain't vaping, you ain't, you get it. Our commitment to our communities by preventing youth usage via patron scan ID verification. So you just walk in there, scan your ID, you put your knob on this Rolodex, this like roller. It's almost like an eye scanner, but it's for your genitalia. So the moment that you put your clam or your ham on this thing, they know, oh, look at this, fucking Uncle Hack's back, the old short dong assassin. And you can use this code HACK10 when you walk into any location of Alt Vape. Isn't that cool? They're gonna give you $10 off. $10 off if you use that little fucking code right there. HACK10 at all the even the walk-in locations. That's what I meant to say. And you can use altvape.ca/hack10 and save $10 off your purchase today. Because vaping is sick, dude. All the coolest dudes do vaping. It's the best, and I believe it's healthy for you. So I would probably get behind that. Start vaping. Start vaping. Support the pod. Start vaping, dude. It's sick. Vaping's sick. We used to chew, and now we're just gay. Next, we've got the shoddy necklace here, which is an affordable quality shotgun necklace. You see me last week show you fucking how to puncture a hole into a goddamn can, didn't you? You might be wondering, what the hell is a shotgun necklace? It's a necklace built with a shotgun tool. For shotgunning beers or anything you want. Like last week, we did a Pepsi because it was 9 a.m. and I had to get jacked up, dude. For everyone listening right now, we are offering a special discount code for you. Use DangerCats20 for 20% off your next purchase at theshotty.com. That's CHOTY.com. If you spend more than $80, you'll get free shipping on top of it. We've got 10 plus designs, including a Canadian, American, mullet man, and shotgun style shoddy. Follow us on Instagram to see how they look and see them in action. Theshotty.com. That's THECHOTY.com for all you fellas out there. And we're back. How is everybody? Isn't that nice? Thank you to our sponsors of this show. But let's get into this. This is great. This is what Christmas is all about. You know, your mother is unable to recognize. Let's get this shit out of here. Jesus Christ. Look at this. Oh, where are we? Let's get a little lower. I'll read the headline out once I get this. Viral diva kid blasts elf on the shelf who elfed up her face before school. What did the elf do to her face? One merely mischievous elf on a shelf may have taken his naughty antics too far when he cheekily drew glasses and freckles and the word hi on the little diva Ilya Crawford's face while sleeping. Nah, it's not funny. I've got school. When she woke up to find her doe-eyed, albeit delinquent elf doll who was sitting at the, holy shit, this is bad radio, me trying to read, wow, who was sitting at her bedside, had marked up her precious mug with makeup eyeliner. No, I'm not laughing. I got school, barked the mini prima donna from Manchester. Listen to these assholes. This little girl just got like what we would call a college prank. You know, we used to do this when our buddies would pass out from copious amounts of alcohol and some psychotic mother decided that, hey, I haven't quite left college, or I didn't even attend because I got knocked up with this little demon, so I'm going to relive some of those days that I missed out on because somebody decided to dump their seed into my fucking lustrous little pussy, you know? Nah, he's drawn on my face, whined a crestfallen Crawford who put an adorable pout of shock at Santa's little helper's handiwork. Look at this. What the fuck? Holy shit. Parents are out of control. This is what happens, right? When you don't hit your kids and then they have kids, is the college-like pranks. Look at this shit. This is so fucking funny. What a poor little girl. This girl got hit with a goddamn prank that you would pull on your drunk buddy who passes out on your couch, right? And you're hammered. You got 9 bottles of goddamn Jack Daniels in you because you haven't seen the old fella in a while. It is the Christmas season, so I do expect some gentlemen or lasses will be attending an event. Probably one of those ugly Christmas sweater parties that I fucking loathe. And will be the recipient of a nice new face remodel due to a Sharpie, right? But some mother, because she can't attend one of those parties that we're talking about, decides to take the prank to her lovely little daughter. What an asshole. This is so fucking funny. The single mom of 2 says her daughter, who typically tickled by the Elf on the Shelf's prankish escapades, was steaming hot with humbug fury at the holiday trinkets unauthorized artwork. Elf has a shelf. Elf on the Shelf is a big thing for her, and she's grown up with it, King told whatever news network. She thinks anything he does is hilarious, but she was angry at this and wasn't happy at all. Oh my God. Elf on the Shelf. The mom and hairdresser went viral. The mom and hairdresser went on to reveal that Crawford has since forgiven the elf. This is news right now, okay? There's a pandemic, allegedly pandemic sweeping the nation, but this is a headline right now. Is some mom out there probably hammered out of her skull, 9 glasses of fucking wine deep, trying to figure out what the Elf on the Shelf is going to do next. Well, God forbid this little fuck trophy that ruined my once perfect vagina, right? Her father left, so now what do? I'm a hairdresser. I had aspirations of being a model for Victoria's Secret, even though I got the face of a goddamn Shar-Pei. I don't know what her mom looks like, but I'm assuming, this is the work of a mother who has some internal anger towards having a child and the father not being around. That's my guess. If I was guessing, this is the work of an angry mother that just thinks, fuck, I could have done something great. I could have done something phenomenal with my life, but no. Now I'm stuck being a hairdresser in some shanty town in fucking England. I did have dreams of traveling the goddamn world, but here I sit on this throne of deceit and anger that I'm going to take out on a child. And that's what I feel like having children is all about. You know what I mean? Like, you have all that built up anger. And our parents, I think I was part of the last era of where parents actually hit their children, and then my mom could just release that anger with a wooden spoon across my ass like an adult is supposed to. You're not supposed to do schoolyard pranks on your goddamn children. You're supposed to hit them like the grown adults that you think they are inside your head, so you can release that anger and feel better about yourself. And the guilt is what keeps the love alive in a broken home, okay? That's what keeps the love alive, is after a parent has struck you numerous times, they start to feel a little bit like, oh, fuck, I shouldn't have done that. And that's the glue of a family, That's the glue of a family. None of you understand that. All you fucking 20-year-old losers that grow up with all this feelings. No, you bury feelings, okay? And you allow your dad to put cigarettes out on your forehead after he's had 19 whiskeys and comes home from some fucking dive bar after blowing the Christmas money into the VLTs, thinking that he's going to triple up and he'll finally be able to buy you something other than dollar store toys this year, you know? Jesus Christ. So what? He drank a few drinks. What, I can't have a few fucking drinks? Yeah, Mom's over here 2 bottles of wine deep. What am I going to do tonight? I think I'm going to pull a good old-fashioned college prank on my 7-year-old daughter. Holy shit. People said I shouldn't have told her and let her go into school, but she's in the mirror about 30 times. What kind of psychopaths are out there raising children nowadays? So I wouldn't have gotten away with it. With that one, this is the mother. Holy shit. People said I should have told her. Oh, people said I shouldn't have told her and let her go into the school. But she's in the mirror about 30 times, so I wouldn't have gotten away with that one. Oh, that little light. And I would have got away with it too if my daughter wasn't such a fucking diva. Jesus Christ. This is hilarious. This is so fucking funny that this is what parents get up to nowadays. This is, instead of hitting your child, you do these, like, what I would say, teenage style pranks on your fucking infant daughter. I guess that's not an infant, it'd be a toddler. Is that a toddler? What's a toddler? 3 to 7 years old? Who fucking knows? I don't know. I'm not a father, okay? So don't berate me in the comment section, or if you want to put in a nice review on iTunes and you want to shit on my face because I don't know the difference of a toddler, an infant, a tween. Maybe it's a tween. I don't know. But the mother is treating her like she's an old college best friend that's home for the holidays right now, and both of them got a little loaded up on some red wine and eggnog, and the little girl's, I was going to let her go to school. Let the bullies take care of it. Oh, what happened to you? Elf on the Shelf got me. Oh, yeah? That's great. We're going to hold you down in the toilet and flush it 9 times, give you a swirly, and that should wash it off, because that's the old-fashioned way. I don't know if they do swirlies anymore in schools. Actually, that's a lie. You know, I creep around them. I try and get the lay of the land. I'm from a distance with binoculars, so I don't really get to see inside. This podcast is going to have me sent to prison one of these days, you know? Jesus Christ. Could you imagine that? Imagine your mother thought that was a good idea. What the fuck is going on here? Fucking knock it off. Hey, Elf on the Shelf. Like, this is parenting, okay? This is parenting now. Your mom, your dad, you know, anybody. I'm 31 years old. I grew up. I'm like, I was born 1990, all right? So I grew up throughout the 90s and right into the early 2000s, where it was kind of getting, you know, the 90s, it was still okay to smack your toddler on the ass in the middle of the mall. And that's when it started to change a little bit, because I remember my mom told me a story one time, and she's like, you were acting like an asshole. And I don't know what that means, because I thought I was the model child. Apparently, I was running around the mall, and she couldn't find me, and she just laid a nice hot one on the ass. You know what I mean? Just a fucking whap. Some woman decided to be like, I'm going to call the cops on you. And she goes, good. Relieve me of this headache. Okay? Relieve me of this headache. I would love nothing more than to go back to the life I once had, of not having to care for this little asshole. And I don't blame her for it one bit. I don't blame my mother one bit for thinking like that. This is why I don't have children, okay? The reasoning behind that, I listened to these stories of myself as a younger toddler that would act a fool in public, and my mother would have to discipline me. And now that some asshole parent decides that she wants to put her 2 cents in there on how my mom should mother me, I need a good beating, okay? I know that. Christ almighty. You think Uncle comes on to this podcast thinking that he's the highest and almighty? At times, maybe. At times. Is this ego that I have, could it fill this room? At least 3/4 of it, I would say. You know? So I can sit there and look myself in the mirror and it's, you know what? You're lucky your mom fucking beat you. Because God knows what would this become if could you imagine if she sat there? You could be anything you wanted in this world. Ugh. You know what I mean? Builds character. You little fucking assholes out there. You'll never understand what it's like to hunt for the love of your parents. And it's shameful, you know, to sit at the dinner table. I couldn't imagine growing up like that. I look at, you see some of those families that, little Jimmy went to fucking college. And you just like, yeah, you know, where's the meltdowns? Huh? Where's the holes in the wall? Because the old man had a few too many drinks, came home and realized that the power's about to be shut off and we're fucking $40 short of the end of the month. $40 short at the end of the month, and we got to figure out how we're going to fucking do this because we got no goddamn money. That builds character. And those out there that live like that, I applaud you. You know what? I applaud you. You make it work. That's the difference, okay? That's some danger cat shit. You've been in the trenches. Not all the time, but you felt them. You felt them. Builds character. Fucking around here, you got to go. And now it's the holiday season and you get to share a table of fake love for one another. That's the best, is sitting around the dinner table and you can just feel tension. I love feeling the tension of family dinners because at any moment this is going to get heavily entertaining. It's going to be entertaining as all hell. And it warms my heart because that's a real family. You look at these, like the old lady was watching The Real Housewives of L.A. while I was fucking around on the computer the other night. And I looked up and one of these little nerds that just like, you just don't listen to me talk, Mom. Yeah, I broke up with my girlfriend. I remember the first breakup I ever had. It was so funny. My mom came downstairs and she looked me dead in the eyes and she goes, "So I heard something." I'm like, "Yeah, it's true." "Okay. Can I be honest with you?" I'm like, "Yeah, absolutely. I didn't like the bitch." I'm like, "Oh, oh, okay." There was no consoling. I didn't like the bitch. She wasn't good to you, okay? Wasn't good to you. Gave me the whole spiel. I didn't like her. You could do better. You're better than that. What the fuck are you doing? That's the shit we need. Instead of being like, it's gonna be okay. Nah, you're better than that. She just gave me like she was Dwayne goddamn Johnson. Before Dwayne Johnson was Dwayne Johnson, I had Mama Hack look me in the eyes and be like, "You're better than that." We don't date down, okay? We date up. All right? What the fuck are you doing? Oh, it wasn't verbatim, but it was basically that and summed up and be like, "Good, I didn't like her." Oh, all right. Well, that kind of had me jacked up. When you, for those that play sports or even a good mentor in your life, when they say something that just clicks that day and you're just like, kind of like, oh. And as a teenager, your mind's racing all over. You got puberty that's taking over. You got testosterone finally flaring through your body and it's fucking up your thoughts. You feel weird. You got growing pains. Your body hurts and it aches. And you're dealing with that as a young adolescent and you're trying to figure out your footing in life and what the fuck am I going to do? And then you hear some shit like that and it just kind of shakes up the system a little bit and you're like, oh, goddamn. Yeah, no shit. Fuck, Mom. Where the hell was this? A couple months ago? Why couldn't you have said some shit like that when I was like, thinking I was in love, and in reality, it's just, you know what, young men? It's your nuts dropping. And you think love is this, I I don't know. It's a confusing state of mind because now you finally find women attractive and you don't know why. Okay, before the internet, we had to figure it all out. Now you know that you see pussy, you can look at pussy whenever you want. When you're 10 years old, you can watch fucking pornos on your goddamn laptop that your mother bought you. And prior to her, you know, and you got the laptop because she got drunk one night and thought it'd be a good idea to fucking draw on your face and blame the elf on the shelf. And then she felt guilty of it because, you know, everybody knows the morning after a good booze fest, you get the booze blues. You feel a little guilty about what you're doing. And if your mom puts back 2 bottles of fucking Chardonnay one evening while sitting in the bath thinking, what the hell am I going to do with the elf on the shelf? She goes and draws on your face like an asshole, like it's a college fucking reunion with her and her daughter, and she buys you an iPad. And with that iPad, you're then able to go out and look at certain things like sexual content on the internet. You know what Pornhub is. We all know what Pornhub is. Hell, 10-year-olds know the fucking intro to all the amateur porn that's on the internet. You know the drum roll. We all know it. Whatever it is. It was close. And this poor son of a bitch, you know, and you little poor bastards are out there in a confused state of mind trying to figure out, is this love or am I just horny? And I'll tell you what, it doesn't change when you're older, okay? It's just a state of horniness. I just fucking tell me what love is, you know? It's after you dump your nuts and you're like, fucking holy shit, holy Christ, what the fuck is this? You got like a head rush, you're slowly drooling into a fucking pillow. You're like, oh, fuck. You're trying to like roll over and find a rag or at least snap the fucking condom off the tip of your dick. And you're looking into the, you know, you get the dizzy spots and you're like, holy shit. Oh, no. What the fuck is happening to me? And to you, that's love. Because you finally got that sweet, sweet scent of sniz on the tip of your fucking dong. And it fucks with you. That smell is like tiger. Fucking never mind. It's like a shark when it gets blood. There's a blood in the water when they jump in the water and the shark's getting a little. Oh, that's the scent. Okay, we all know the scent. This is your insane uncle fucking telling you all this, and the best uncle ever. That's who we are. We're the best uncle ever. This is a nice gift from my lovely co-host, Nick McQuick, which we are live streaming every Wednesday. So if you're this far into the podcast and you're listening to this, every Wednesday we do live stream on the Danger Cats YouTube channel. That's right. You can watch a live show. We've had crazy callers calling in. One guy made a call and he told us about how the time we asked, what's the weirdest thing you've come to in or on? And he said he came on the back of one of his buddies who was passed out after drinking a bottle of Jack. That's probably what's next for this goddamn elf on the shelf. You know what I mean? That's how twisted some of these fucks are. I like that. I don't want to see that headline. Jesus Christ, fucking, you know, this little elf on the shelf is just taking a fucking deep dive swim down at Epstein's Island, for Christ's sakes. Her and Ghislaine Maxwell is going to hire this guy next. Christ. That got weird. If you're listening to this in a truck full of gentlemen, that got weird, didn't it? Be like, Jesus, fuck, who is this guy? What the fuck is he talking about? Is this guy out of his mind? Clearly. I don't know who's crazier, you for listening to this or me for creating it. You know what I mean? That's one of those ones where you look in the mirror. Both of us got to look in the mirror and figure out, what the fuck are we doing here? What is this? What are we creating? What kind of nonsense are you putting out in the world? And this guy does comedy? Jesus Christ. I could only imagine what this asshole fucking talks about on a fucking stage. Son of a bitch is off his rocker talking about elf on the shelf snapping one off on a young child's face. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? And I'm saying, no, I'm not saying that. I don't want that to happen. Elf on the shelf, it's got to go. Everything, this is the progression. And that's just like that guy that called in. It probably started out drawing on your buddy's face as he's passed out and be like, well, how do we level this up? How do we level this up? How do we prank my buddy better? And he did. They got him right fucked up one night. This is a live fucking caller that called in. You can see see/hear the clip on our YouTube channel, and he tells us a story of how he stripped this same buddy ass naked, left him in a park 16 miles from his house with no identification, just socks on, and to one up it, they put a condom on the end of a chopstick and shoved it up his ass. That is insane. Okay, that is insane. That is the progression of Elf on the Shelf if this continues to happen with these drunk parents. It's got to be stopped. It's got to be stopped. Christmas just needs to go, all right? Make a variant that just attacks Christmas. End it. We need a variant that just eradicates Christmas off the books, okay? We don't need it. Jesus did not die for this. Or I guess he didn't. He was born. He was not born for this. Can you imagine that? Was there Elf on the Shelf in that stable when the three kings showed up? Is there like, hey, we got this wonderful game. Got Elf on the Shelf. Fucking guy pulling pranks. Yeah, that was the prank is, because the Virgin Mary. Maybe that's who's behind it. Elf on the Shelf, fuck the Virgin Mary. And that's how we got here today. That's where religion started, is because this little son of a bitch, somebody thought it'd be a great prank. Joseph, was it Joseph and Mary? Yes, yes, it was. Joseph was a cuck. That's it. That's the only way we could explain it. And they're like, hey, we should write a book about this and we'll play a fucking gnarly prank. And now this little son of a bitch, this Elf on the Shelf, has made a return, and he's just haunting children with the shit that he does. Oh, it's keeping the magic of Christmas alive. Is it? Is it? You got drunk parents drawing on their kids' faces about to send them to school and be like, hey, look it, the Elf on the Shelf got me. The Elf on the Shelf got me. Meanwhile, mom's hammered in a bathtub, giggling to herself, watching fucking TikToks, Unreal. Unreal. Can't just hit kids no more. No, apparently that ain't cool. One day, these are going to get into the hands of somebody who really hates me, right? And I have a feeling that this is not going to work. Well, first off, I don't care enough, but I have a feeling that maybe this gets clipped up and it gets dispersed out into the universe, and I can see my career taking a fucking hit, okay? But I think that's beautiful. That's the only way that I can keep myself humble and a small ego, is knowing that these are in the back pocket at any moment's time. Somebody could just dig through them, sift through all this bullshit, find some shit that I've said over the course. What are we on? Like episode fucking 60 something? 63? 63 or 64, whatever episode we're on. There's some shit floating around in there, especially when I was starting out. I didn't really know what the fuck I was trying to do. And now I just come on here and I ramble. I find articles like this. We talk about dude problems. Speaking of, I haven't had a fan question in a while, and I'm trying to figure out how to... I think there's a way that you guys can leave voicemails for me, and that will be a lot of fun. I'm going to figure out how to do that. And maybe... You know what? If you look down in the description down below, there is a number, and you are able to leave a voicemail on that. Please do so. Leave a voicemail, and I will play your problems on the show. I think that'll be a lot of fun. And if you want, your voice muffled a little, just leave a second or two after you ask your question, and. Actually, fuck that. If you can't call in and own up to what you're going to ask me, then don't call in at all right? The number is down below. You can call that number and leave a voicemail, and I will sift through, and we'll find the best ones, and we'll put them on the show. How's that sound? That sounds great. Yeah, we're adding voicemails to the show. We just did that right now. That's an executive decision because I am the CEO, the CFO, the CCO of this goddamn podcast, okay? We make shit happen around here. That's what we do. I don't see any other podcasters doing some shit like that. What else was I going to say before we end off on a high note? DangerCatShop.com. Use the code podcast69 for some new merch. We got throw blankets now. That's right. You can keep your fucking titties warm with some goddamn throw blankets. You know how good that would look? You know those like really white trash looking blankets that you can buy on the side of the highway that are comfortable as hell, and they always have like a wolf mural on it or some shit. They'll be like an eagle flying over a cliff that has like a native fella on a horseback, like some shit like that. Yeah, I have a feeling that these are exactly like that. I'm waiting for mine to get in, and they look sick. They look sick. Imagine that. You know how white trash that would be if you walked into the house and your homeboy's got a Danger Cat blanket? Yeah, that'd be fucking fly as hell. That'd be fly as hell. You know what I mean? That shit would be tight, dude. Shit would be tight, brother. Ugh. But yeah, that's how we're doing around here these days, man. That's how we're doing it. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I thank y'all for fucking with me all this time, listening to this podcast, supporting the podcast, sharing it with your friends, talking to me in public, and don't be shy. If you see me out there, dude, say hi. I'm not a full blown asshole. Okay. This is all fun and games for me. I just come on here and I spew some shit. I make fun of stuff and I just talk like a wild man. But if you see me in public, man, be sure to say hi. I love talking with people. I love chatting with people. It's so much fun for me. I'm blessed to be able to do this for a living. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas. I want to wish you a Happy New Year. Speaking of, if you're in Calgary, January 1st, we are doing another Danger Room. It'll be a lot of fun. It'll be a lot of goddamn fun. And I'm stoked to ring in the new year with some of my best buds in the entertainment industry and friends that I will have for a long time because of the decisions that I've made in my life. But I just want to say thank you again to everybody. Wish you and your family well. And if you get the opportunity, just beat the absolute shit out of a security guard, film it, and send it to me because I'd love to view that. I would love to see it. I'm just out here trying to get a glimpse of some security guards getting their asses kicked. So be well, be safe, and be violent to those fucking hall monitor snitch bastards. Konnichiwa. Merishimatsu. Shishini.